Hello. All right. Oh shit. Hello. Welcome back to 3J's Grace. Oh yeah. What's poppin', gamers? Hope we're all doing good. What's up, y'all? Mr. Simpson. What's up, man? What's poppin'? Thank you, Lisa Yakilka. Sorry, it's kind of a long name. Thank you for the follow, though. Thank you, appreciate it. What's up, Hubbard? What's up, dude? Alrighty. We got a good one. We got a good one. I'm excited. This one was pretty exciting. It was pretty big too. I thought we were only going to get a few submissions, but we got 7 submissions. This one was a pretty big one. That's why I gave you guys like a month and a half for this one. This one's pretty big. But pretty unique. I don't think I've ever seen anyone post one of these on ArtStation, so that's kind of what I try to do with these. So shout out to Alex TS gave us the PureRef doc for this one. Look at that, they found the exact specs and everything. Check that out. Sweet. This one's pretty cool. This one had pretty kind of bland looking textures, but a lot of room to really push some of this stuff and make it look really cool. So check this out. With the whole inner Google patent. Nice. All right, I'll give it a few more minutes. Hope you're all doing good. It'd be so cool to shoot one of these. Check out all these cool scratches you could do. Really cool stuff. Sweet. All right. Seven gamers enter. Here we go. I love this song, by the way. But alas, it must end. All right. Here we go. Let's dive in. First of all, how did these get spaced so nicely? I don't remember doing that. First up, Haberhanf. I like that name. I believe this is their first submission in the challenges. Let's check it out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. they're at, what are they at? 26K, that's polys. Okay, so 26K tries, okay, yeah. So there's a difference between tries and polys, so just for future reference. All right, I'm just gonna use these two references to compare. You may have found other references, but these were the main ones, so I'm just gonna use these two. What time is it, by the way? 6. Okay. All right, give it a quick look. The model wasn't too tricky on this one. Sweet. The screenshots here are a bit low res, but we'll make do. Okay. So you baked in these screws. That's cool. How do I draw? Oh shit, I'm on the wrong. This one, Control D. There, Control D. There we go. So you bake those in. That's pretty cool. I like the edge you put there. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't see anything major. A little harsh right here, I think. Oh, I see what you're doing. So you have a nice silhouette here, but then you kind of, it breaks down here. I see what you're trying to do, like optimizing it, but as we can see from this angle right here, you can really see it. So that's not really a great idea. I would probably just carry these curves up. Hello. Control D. There we go. Just carry these curves up to here. That's probably what I would do. That's what I would do. Otherwise, we get, it's a pretty common angle to see it from, to see this thing from here, so it kind of gives you a kind of a bad silhouette there. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate the subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, you got to make sure to always look from different angles. So what you can do is you assign a pitch black, what you can do is assign a pitch black material to it, and then look around at all the angles, and that'll give you, you won't be distracted by all the topology and stuff. All you'll have is the silhouette staring at you. So then you can use that to kind of guide you. But aside from that, it all looks pretty good. I'd be careful about doing it here as well. If you look at it from, here's your eyeball, from this angle, you might see this silhouette there. So be careful doing it there too. And I think we kind of have the same thing going on here. I'd like to see if we have maybe a better angle of that bolt. I don't think we do, but I think you got to be careful with that. This one looks insane. Yeah, dude, we got some good submissions. Yeah, just something to keep in mind there. Not bad, not bad. I think what you could have done, instead of putting this little micro, I can kind of see it. I think you put a micro chamfer here. I think honestly you could have put more segments into here, because I think we're going to see that in the render. Not really, but for this one. Not really, but a micro chamfer there isn't a bad idea, since this would be, if this was like a standalone gun in like first person, you know, you'd see this silhouette right there, so that's not a bad idea. Let's see here. Other than that, nothing too bad. Yeah, nice job. I like that how you collapsed these inside faces. Nice job on that. And then gave these a nice rounded silhouette. Good job. Sweet. Take a look at the grenade. If you're being super nitpicky, you can lose these edges, but I see why you did them. I see why you added them. It's a grenade. Not bad. Not bad. Good stuff. Yeah, nothing too picky, other than maybe you could You don't really need some of these micro chamfers, probably. Especially on the rail. I don't really micro chamfer those a lot. Maybe you could toss those. If you really needed to, you know, cut down on tries, you could. You could probably shave some of those, but other than that, there's nothing obvious about this, like faceting wise, so. You can see a little bit here, but not too bad. A little bit here as well. Not bad. Pretty good. Let's take a look at the UVs. These are fine. You could probably just scale these up a little bit. That's fine. Same thing, kind of a lot of empty space here. And then you could probably scale up some of these small shells as well. Whoa. PNG. Let's check that out. Whoa, like goes through. Okay, anyways. Same thing. You have a lot of padding here. You don't really need all of this padding. It looks like you use the same padding on everything, which is cool, but yeah, you could get closer here, probably. Is my mic fine? Yeah, okay. Might want to break this shell off here and just like straighten it here. Straighten it along this edge. Same here. Just straighten these. Other than that, it's pretty good. Looks like you're all nice and straight. That's pretty good. Good. Not bad. Just straighten out some of these. Oh, here. Gotta straighten this guy out. Can't have long diagonal stuff like that. It's not doesn't look good. Same here. Even if it is just all kind of rounded, you gotta pick one edge to straighten it on. And then here, I'd probably just pick maybe like this edge to straighten it on. And here, straighten that. Probably just straighten there. Not bad. Just straighten some stuff and probably reduce the padding a bit and you're good. Let's take a look at the model. Let's take a look. Some pretty cool stuff here. I think the dusty went a little too yellow with it. Kind of looks like, I don't know what it looks like. Kind of looks like if you had like brass paint or like brass metal underneath like a black paint and you like scraped it off, kind of. That's what I imagine that kind of looks like. So I'd probably tone it down, go for like a lighter desaturated color. This render I think is a bit too dark. I like the grenade design, it's cool. I know this stuff is kind of like airsofty. I know I've seen people using airsoft guns and they got the all the BBs going here and then they shoot out like that. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like the metal. The metal looks pretty nice there. Same thing with the dust. It looks too yellow, I think. This thing's funny. It's got like a reverse Picatinny rail under here. I think these renders are a bit too dark. They don't really highlight your textures all that well, so I'm not really going to look at those. One thing I will say is I don't see any like super obvious generators, which is pretty good. However, here I would definitely probably toss some of this dirt here. Don't think I'd have a lot of that. Yeah, it's just too yellow on the dirt. A little much. Probably do more like oils and stuff leaking out of here. Clients love that stuff. I would have done a bit more with the barrel to like burn it up a little bit, you know, when it heats up and it becomes all matted and stuff. So probably do that. I think your grip is a bit too glossy. Is there another render or picture of the grip? Another picture. I don't think so. This thing is pretty hard to find references of, I think. I think you went a bit too glossy on the grip. Also, I'm not really a fan of these like super long brown scratches. Doesn't look quite right. And when you view it from certain angles, the surface looks kind of muddled together. I do like the milling lines, but I think you could have differentiated them from these milling lines by making these like vertical and these ones horizontal. I think you could have done that. And now that I see it, I'm seeing this is just a dirt generator, it looks like, with a multiply on it. I'd probably toss that. Yeah, same in here. It's all kind of caked in at certain areas. I like that it gets into the crevices of the text, but yeah, it's still kind of the wrong color. Other than that, it's pretty good. I will say the renders are a bit low res, I think. Render at maybe next time a higher resolution will help us. You can go a bit darker here from based on this reference. It looks a tiny bit darker. Could have added this sticker here. If you look really closely, there's a very subtle difference in these two materials. This bolt should be bigger, by the way. Also, it looks like this should be a full hole that goes through. Looks like. Based on... These are the main references. Let me just double check. Yeah, so these were this was the main reference I attached, and these aren't silver, but I'm not gonna hold you to it. Looks like we should have a little bit of brass going on, or something going on here. And then it looks like these should be silver. Bless me. Alright. Also would have gone a bit more matte with the surface overall, I think. I like this scratch, but I think it looks a little blurry. Maybe it's just the render, but maybe go a bit more metallic with it or something so it shines a little bit more. And then the grip looks cool. Yeah, just the dirt is kind of throwing me off, I think. And then yeah, we're not getting the full res. These kind of look low res, so we can't really see what's going on there. The oils here look pretty nice, and just maybe some more in here. I think I already said that, but yeah. And probably lastly, I'd probably just say break up the materials a bit more. Like maybe make the launcher's body like much darker than these sights. As you can see here, you get lighter sights. Probably do that, and then do we have a render? This looks nice up here. This looks pretty nice. Looks really nice. Then I'm not sure if these are supposed to be kind of grayish, but they're looking a little gray. You can also separate out these as well from the base a little bit more, I think. Just to give it some more interest, as opposed to just kind of all black metal. Same with the screw here, kind of has the same gray value as the base here. Other than that, looks pretty cool. I can see, I can't really tell, but maybe you have the milling lines going straight over the text. I'd probably take out the milling lines on the text so that you can kind of separate out the two details, if that makes sense. Other than that, I don't think I got much. Try to render at a bit of a higher resolution next time. I think this is a cool render. I think this is probably your best render. Cha-ching! Then maybe some of the grunge on here feels a bit random. And I think the wear here is too like targeted. It's like here, 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 as opposed to like some softer wears and stuff. Gonna make them 4K next time. Sounds good. Sounds good. Go big or go home. When you're in interviews and stuff, they want to see all your details, and if you have details that look kind of like I pointed out here, where I can't really tell if you have the lines going over here, they care about that stuff, so you really do. Just running out of time. No worries, man. Is some next level nitpicking? It's not really nitpicking. This is it's pretty common feedback. Thank you for the follow, though. Yeah, and I think you gotta kind of gotta. Sorry, I'm like jumbling my words. I think you have an edgeware generator here with a multiply on top of it. Maybe go for some more stencil-y stuff, you know? That looks kind of cool. I'm a line artist now. This is what I do. Cool. Interesting. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Maybe go for a bit of a sharper grain too. And then you don't need milling lines in everything. Just FYI. Sometimes it just gets kind of too much, so you probably lose the milling lines here. Maybe do some like brushing instead, or like a heavier grain, something to break it up. But pretty cool. Excuse me. Pretty cool. All right, I think I'm gonna move on. Ching. Next up, we got Alex TS. Oh, by the way, try count. What did I say? I said 20 to 25k tries. Looks like everyone's at the 25k mark exactly, which is pretty cool. So, kind of on the money with that one. All right, let's take a look at the UVs. That looks good. Yeah, like a tiny bit of space. Ooh. Why could I not draw over this one? Oh, it was like bugged. Got a tiny little bit of space up here. That's fine. Lights, grenade. Cool. That looks pretty good. Nice job. Check mark of approval. Here, I'll give you that. All right, let's look at the low poly. 24.2k tries. Wait. I'll see you, man. No problem. Thanks for participating. Good job. Good job. 34. Is this total? Oh, total. Duh. Okay, so the grenade itself is that. Okay. Okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. I like that you did this, because I know right here is going to be a pain to bake, so I see why you did this. And then you collapsed it here. That's nice. Good optimization. Good optimization. Nice. Pretty good. Grenade is good. Next time, maybe just submit the quadded low poly. I don't need to see the triangulation. It's just easier to kind of read that way. But anyways, looks good. You got good roundness there. Good stuff. You got geo where it matters. Nice, nice. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. You know, one thing I was looking through these submissions, you guys have pretty good poly density. I didn't see any like major issues over here. Looks like you gave the main tube a good roundness, a good density, I mean. Yeah, you guys did pretty good there. I'm proud. I am proud of you guys. Looks like all pretty good. Oh, there we go. We got a nice screenshot here. We might see this up there, but fine. We might see this as well. I'd probably... Looks like you have a good density here. Probably would have carried it down here as well. Is it? I could be wrong, but I think you have a higher density here than here. I probably would have just carried this down to here since this is also a silhouette break right here. Good. Good. Good, good. This is really well done. Man, I'm like struggling to think of anything. This is good stuff. Here. Should add some more here. That's pretty important. That's a pretty important bolt there. I'll probably add some more there. And then here. What are you at? 24. Yeah, I think you could afford a few more here. Man, other than that, I got nothing. We might see this here, but that's maybe it. Okay. Pretty good stuff, dude. I got nothing. Nice job. Good UVs, good low poly. Alright, let's take a look at the renders. First note, it's a little noisy. I'd tone down the noise a little bit. Yeah, I would tone down the noise a lot because now it's kind of blending in. Excuse me. It's kind of like overwriting your textures a little bit. So I don't know what noise is textures and what noise is render. Are they all this noisy? Oh. Yeah, they're all kind of this noisy. All right. I'll do my best to see what we got. Man, this render right here, or not render, picture. Nice. I never noticed that. Pretty cool. Plus 5,000 social credit there. There you go. I believe we're missing a detail. Here. Plus, we are a bit off here. As you can see, we got two bolts here. You got this bolt here, but we're not supposed to have these. And we're supposed to have a bolt right here, it looks like. Or right here, whatever. So keep an eye out for that stuff. Looks good. Checking the model now for accuracy. Looks good, looks good. Maybe this is just shadows, but there should be a deeper hole there, it looks like. Got that pin there, that's good. I really like that you got this line in here. It's cool. I think the grip is a bit too deep. It looks like it almost curves in too deep. It looks like it should maybe even just be a bit shallower. Yeah, I think it should be just a tiny bit shallower. These all look good. This area looks good. Kind of the same thing here. There should be a deeper little hole here, it looks like. Okay. Screw looks good. Cool, cool. I think this should be a tiny bit. No, I think it's good. I was gonna say maybe a tiny bit wider. Looks like almost like the flat part is a tiny bit longer here, but I think you're good. I think you're fine. Do we have another render? There we go. Look at the other side real quick. I love the word you added here. That's cool. Oh, I know what I think you did. I think you symmetried this side over to this side when it really shouldn't be symmetried. Here, let's look for that scuff on the other side. Yeah, there it is. I think. Yeah, I think you mirrored when it's not supposed to be. All right. Let's carry on. Did we look at the UVs or we did? Yeah, we already did all that. All right, so let's look at the textures. The model's pretty good. I don't see anything else. Other than maybe these screws should be a tiny bit deeper. Did you bake those? Bake those? It looks like they should maybe be a tiny bit deeper, so maybe double check that. Could be wrong though. It also looks like there's supposed to be some sort of a... Oh no, you have it. You have it. You're good. Okay, let's look at the textures. Pretty cool. I like the grip. It's just kind of flat. There's no real... Maybe like some dirt where the fingers are. Maybe some chipping up here, you know? That'd be cool. Again, the renders I think are just too noisy. Because I don't know if this noise is textures or if it's digital grain or film grain from Marmoset. So probably toss some of this noise, get a bit of a smoother appearance up here. I like some of these scratches, like here. Some of them feel a bit some of them feel a bit random, kind of like a filler a little bit. Also, we're kind of missing some oils that we see here in the reference. Let's take a look at these. I think these aren't quite... Something's bothering me about these. I think you made these like a metal. I don't know if they're supposed to be. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be a metal. I don't think they are, but it kind of looks like you made them a raw metal. So it might be breaking PBR there. Take a look at the text. The text looks cool. One thing you could do, because this stuff is like laser engraved, so you could make this stuff really matte in here. Kind of adds more contrast to it. I see you added kind of like a greenish color here. Probably would have kept that as just kind of a black. Also, maybe overall it would have gone darker. Could be lighting, but probably would have gone more black. Pretty good. You can always add a bit of dirt in these crevices. I like the where you added here. This is pretty cool. I like that. You got your bolt rotated. That's good. What is that? You drew these in. That's an interesting detail. Although, on a real Picatinny, these things are pretty small, you know, so maybe, I'm not sure how realistic it would be to draw these in like that with a pretty, these look have a pretty high fidelity to them. Because a real Picatinny is pretty small. I don't have, now I'd have to break out my rifle to check, but to get a Sharpie in there would be pretty hard. They make pretty thin, I don't know if they make a Sharpie this thin to do it. It's a cool detail to try out though. I kind of like it, but I feel like somebody would call it out for being kind of unrealistic. I can see your faceting here. Yeah, just overall just too much noise, I think. It's kind of the same noise on everything. Even up here looks maybe a bit overly sharpened or something. How long does it take to make some? Probably like a week or so. Like a week, couple weeks, probably. The metals look nice. Metals look nice there. I think you have some sort of a generator going on here. It's kind of shining the highlight kind of right at you. I think you have some sort of an edge generator going on. Might want to watch that. Yeah, same something here. I think you got an edge generator going on. I'd probably reduce that. I see what you're trying to do here, but I'd go more, go harder on it. I don't really like this brushing. It's like very linear and kind of like wobbly a little bit. Honestly, and also I'd probably go vertical with it. I feel like it would just like train. How do I erase, by the way? Oh, no, I know how to do it. Control. There. I think aesthetically it would look kind of better if it went this way around the cylinder. And then some of this detail, I don't know if it's the render, but it looks kind of low res. The anti-feedback tree. And then one thing you can do if you have a really sharp silhouette here, is give these a chamfer at the end to make them look like I feel like I could cut my finger on these, you know. I think there's supposed to be a 2 here, is it? Oh, I see. It's like kind of like blended in together, but I think it looks a bit weird. I would have like kind of extended the 2 right here. I think it looks a little bit weird like that, but not too bad. Also, I really like this reference because it has like this color variation from this yellow to this white. So maybe just white right here could have been cool. It looks like the dirt's kind of caked in here. Yeah, maybe a bit of a dirt generator going on. It's also kind of just speckly, very speckly. Yeah, I think you got some sort of a dirt generator going on. Okay. I do like, I see you got the material separation of this piece. That's pretty cool. I do like the sticker. Sticker's a nice detail. Let's see what it looks like here. I think you got the digital noise going over it, but just to be like very nitpicky, the writing here feels pretty small. Kind of think of try to think more on the scale of how this thing is. So like your finger fits right here, and this thing, if you're writing something, you don't really write this small, I don't think. So scale it up, probably. Other than that, some more contextual oils here. Stuff leaking out of here. These things need to be greased up. Maybe some here, even though you wouldn't have it there, but you know. We like to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure what these are. I'm not sure if these are just in the diffuse or if they're like gloss scratches, but maybe some more dirt around here. You can see some oil scratches here. Also, it's pretty easily scale. Yeah, yeah. Because we see these things, you know, right here, giant in our faces, but it's in reality these things are very very small, you know. So, or not very small, but here actually we can take a look at Mr. Grand Thumb here. Like his entire hand is bigger than this section right here, you know. So, try to keep that in mind when you're thinking about scale of some of your details. I do like the edgeware. Edgeware looks kind of nice here. You got some nice sharp nicks. Yeah, that's what I would have did. That's what I would have did. That's realistic. Yeah, I would have pushed this a little bit more. I think it would have been really cool. Would it be cool to shoot one of these things? Also getting a good look at the grip here. I can't tell, but I'd almost like to see more noise or bigger scale here because it kind of blends in with the noise of this a little bit. And then here you can see it has a nice thick rubber. Nice thick rubber, big scale rubber there. You know, I kind of wish our model had this thick, nice, juicy bevel there. I really like that one. I don't think we have that, right? Yeah, ours doesn't have that, but oh well. All right, I think I'm ready to move on. Pretty solid stuff. Pretty solid stuff. I think that's all I got. Oh, I can kind of see. I see your dirt generator now. I can kind of see it. It's like highlighting these areas. So definitely be careful about that. A lot of clients don't want to see that. Oh, I didn't even look at your grenade, sorry. I will say the grenade doesn't look too hot. Kind of, these colors look very kind of desaturated. It is kind of a cool looking design. I think it's like an airsoft looking kind of thing. But I think it can be chalked up to bad lighting. You know, the lighting looks really good kind of here in this area. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, the lighting is just not really helping these guys out. I think the colors need to go down on these guys and a bit more work needs to get put into these a little bit. These renders though, these are super cool. I really like these renders here. I think this one's my favorite. That one's so cool. I love that render. This one too, very nice. Maybe just crop it a bit more. We don't need to see all this. Shout out to Eugene Petrov for his hands there. All right, cool. Alex TS, thank you. I think we're ready to move on. Up next we got Alexandra Sokolova. That's a cool way to spell it. Cool. All right, let's check it out. 25K tries, nice, good stuff. We love Alex TS, we sure do. This is the kind of low poly screenshot I like. Super high res, love it. All right, let's take a look. One thing I did want to check, can we see? I wanted to get a look. It's kind of just a little too noisy. I wanted to check something, but I can't really see it, so moving on. Looks like this person also went for the holes in the magazine. Is this, hold on, airsoft, grenade launcher ammo. I don't want to keep, yeah, this is an airsoft. This kind of looks like, looks very similar to some of the airsoft ones, so I think design-wise, I think we could have done a bit more to spice it up. Even here, I think we could have spiced it up a little bit. But I think we need more geo here. I think we need quite a bit more there. You got a nice silhouette here. I think you need a bit more here. Probably a bit more here as well. Gosh, so high res, I love it. So what you can do here is you can collapse probably these two edges here, because this area of the model is not breaking the silhouette, so we only kind of need to worry about the silhouette in these areas. And then honestly, I think you went maybe even a bit too high here, and then I think you needed to go a bit higher on the edge around there. Something to think about. Up here, we're definitely going to need a bit more geo up here, especially in some of these curves. Yeah, so poly density wise, this thing has a ton of geo, whereas this part that has a very important silhouette right here doesn't have that much. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Whereas going around here, we got, you know, probably, this is probably like 128 going around here, you know. Same here. If you look at this circle here, the cylinder here, you've got what, like 30, 40 edges going around here. But then this knob has like significantly less geo. So one thing to keep in mind is the scale of things when you're doing your low poly. Sorry, my throat is like all bad today. So larger objects and ones with more important silhouettes, like here and here, should have more of the geo as opposed to these details down here. And then this guy here has a lot of geo as well, but I think some of that could have been added maybe here and here as well. Yeah, and again, kind of the same thing with poly density. Here compared to here, they're very different densities. And then take a look at this inset here, very dense. But then this thing that we're gonna see this in the render, I think. The train of wisdom. That train is far from wise, let me tell you. Yeah, we're gonna probably see this in the render. I think you have like a micro bevel here. I'll probably toss that and add more geo around. Oh, such a nice, dude. Everyone needs to submit low polys like this. This is the standard. I love it. Kind of the same thing to watch out for. Some of these pins could probably be upped a little bit. When you're these areas are kind of always tricky to bake, so you gotta add a bit more geo here, and then maybe even a micro chamfer going all the way around to make sure that this lip gets baked properly. Looking good. I think these screws should have been modeled in. They might look a bit fake in the render. Good density around. I like that. So pretty good stuff, other than some of the key areas that I pointed out. Looks pretty clean, looks very clean, so good stuff. And then the grenade looks pretty good. You probably just bake in some of this stuff down here to save on some tries. Grenade is 2,700 tries, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's look at the UVs. Nice. Nice. Looks pretty good. Maybe just a bit too much padding, but looks fine to me. Actually, yeah. I think the padding looks fine. Ooh, nice job. Cool stuff. Yeah, good stuff. I got nothing. You could maybe stretch these out a little bit, but to flatten these out, but looks like you got some other funky geo going on here, so yeah. Not too big of a deal. Looks good. Nice job. Cha-ching! Let's take a look. Start back here. I think we're missing this slope. I think we need more of a slope here. Let me draw a straight line. My mouse here. I think you need more of a slope here. It kind of looks like. Fine. Good. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe this is as deep as the hole goes. I need to see some other references, but we got this nice little bump here. I think the grip needs to be. I'm not too sure. The grip might need to. Something's off about the grip. Something is off about the grip. I think the grip needs to curve more. I think it needs to curve more. Yeah, so I'm looking here at the silhouette, and it looks flat here, and then you've got a fillet, and then it goes right there to flat. I think it needs to be more of a swooping curve, and then it curves in like that, kind of like that right there. I think the text is slightly too big. Let's take a look at the other stuff here. Let's we're on the wrong side. This could be bad lighting, but it looks like there's supposed to be more of a slope here. Looks like these are supposed to slope in a bit more. Oh, I see. So this edge, wait a minute. Hold on. I have a feeling these are supposed to slope in a bit more. Could be wrong though, but I think that's something off about this. Something's off about this. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll dwell on it for too long. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Looks good. Looks good. This area looks good. Nice. I think this pin needs to be slightly smaller. This whole ring. I think there's something off about this. I think this needs to be slightly smaller. These little pins in there. What else we got? Nice, nice. Cool. Looks like you matched the fillet that they did here. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think this needs to come out a bit more. No, that's probably the angle. Looks like there's some sort of a pin here that we might be missing. Are we missing that? I'm trying to or there's like a glare on my monitor. Did we Posture shake? Oh yeah. I was shrimping, dude. Thank you. It almost looks like there's something sticking out here. Not sure what it is. Where are we? Alexander, right there. Let's take a look at these. I think these need to be slightly smaller. These look good. I'm not really a fan of baking these down. I would have definitely probably kind of needs that silhouette read there. Looks like you got that. Not sure. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I would have probably modeled in a little tiny hole there. This glass looks kind of cool. Whoa. I think that's all I got as far as the model goes. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Nice job here. I'd probably just rotate this. Look, I'd probably rotate these bolts too. I think they're all the same orientation. All right, I think I'm ready to move on. The model looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think we have. I feel like there might be some thickness issues here. Also looks like there's supposed to be like a tiny chamfer here. But possibly. I need some wah-wah. All right, let's move on. Okay. So texture-wise, right off the bat, these are too saturated. I think these are too saturated and they're leading to total black here. The Ryzen bottle. Yeah, a little too saturated on these, I think. I think something about this material I don't like. Something about this material isn't quite reading right. I think it needs to be a bit darker, maybe? Could just be the lighting. I think the grain needs to be finer. Maybe that's what it is. I think that's what I would have did. Oh, here's some more references. Oh. Let me move these. What did I just do? Let me move these guys over here. Oh yeah, these are some good references. Okay. There's a lot of scuffing and a lot of oils that I think we're missing. This render might also be kind of blowing out the textures here. I see you got a lot of kind of rainbowy colors going on. That might be a bit much. Yeah, I think you have a bit too much color stuff going on. It kind of looks like we're looking at like a galaxy up here. You got like green, blue, and then red. That's a bit too much, I think. Kind of the same thing here. Really like the brushing you added there. That's cool. That's a cool detail. Same here. I like that. Like that brushing. I think you're using some edge generators. Yeah, I can kind of see you got some wear going on here. I'd rather see that wear over here, where it's more exposed. It's not really, I don't think we're gonna really see a fine scratch like that. Also, yeah, here's your silhouette. See that? Pretty clear. Want to make sure we get more geo up there. I think more oil. I think it needs more oils. Some more oils leaking out of here. I see you may have some, but it might just be the shadow, but I'd like to see more there. Maybe a bit too many specks, white little specks here. I'd like to see more oils here. The trigger looks a little barren. Same with the trigger guard and the I forget, is this a safety here? I forget what that is, but looks a little barren. I like the green though, but maybe just have these be black and then maybe the green trigger, maybe? That could be pretty cool, as opposed to having all these green elements right next to each other. Would you use an edge generator then at all, or purely stencils? An edge generator should really only do about like 5 to 10% of the work. And even then, if your wear is just too linear looking, like here it gets a little linear, but then I like the shape here, and then it gets a little linear. We don't really want that. It's just not how things get scratched in reality. So I like that you saw this scratch here in the reference. That's cool. Something's wrong with this glossy black plastic. I think you went maybe too glossy with it, or maybe too dark with it. Yeah. Also, I'd like to see some more wear. I don't think many people added a lot of people kept the wear pretty subtle on this, which is totally fine. But, you know, some scratches here and there aren't gonna hurt. Like you might have a little something, but maybe a little more obvious that we can really see that. I think this material should be a bit brighter. It looks like it's the same as this material, which I don't think is necessarily correct. And then I think you have, I see an edge generator here. Nice, I like that you got that in. I think maybe just too much noise here. Too much noise. In the references, it's kind of like a smooth metal, which is kind of hard to balance like the noise on those, you know, so maybe just a tiny bit of grain gloss, and then maybe just toss some of the noise in the normal here, probably. What does your shirt say? Oh, my shirt says properly equipped. NVIDIA. If anyone is investing in NVIDIA stock right now, you are a lucky individual. Yeah, I don't like these colors. I don't like these colors. NVIDIA shill. I love NVIDIA. NVIDIA, please sponsor me. Anyways, maybe you could do something other than just finger oils here. Just some splotches and stuff. I think too many red specks here. Not really liking those. They don't know you. Oh, but they do. They do know me, actually. How do you think I got that shirt, man? I think the text sticks out a little too much. No, I think it's good. Maybe just tone the... I'm not sure what you have going on. Maybe it's more glossy in here, but I'd probably tone it down a little bit. I think it's a little too much. I think the red specks are getting kind of repetitive and also glowing in the render. I think there's just too much there. I'd like to see a render of the sights. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at this render that much. I gotta look around at more renders. But kind of the same thing. I can kind of see like an edge generator. Or maybe this is an edge generator just for high poly, but I think it needs to be broken up a little bit. And then I would have definitely modeled these in. They're looking a little fake and a little low res. Other than that, you know, you could always add some brushing stuff in here where these things get milled out. Some of these things, you know, just some slight brushing on some of these curved edges. That'd be cool. Other than that, I don't got much else. I'd like to see a render of this. Kind of missed that opportunity a little bit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 renders. Okay, I think that's all I got. Good job. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's all I got. We'll go ahead and move on to Nico. I believe that's how you pronounce that. At 25k tries, and this thing looks pretty sweet. You know, this shot right here reminds me of Modern Warfare. Really cool. Really nice stuff, dude. Alright, let's oh man. Oh, this is awesome. Alright, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Nice reticle there. Oh man, this one looks really cool. Alright, let's posture check. I'm actually doing pretty good right now. I'm doing pretty good. Not shrimping right now, but nice, a good low poly render. Watch out for poly density. These guys are pretty dense. One thing I noticed is that if you zoom out and you see some like areas that are just solid solid white, or you know, whatever your wireframe color is, probably a bit too dense. But I mean, it's unavoidable in some of these smaller areas with smaller pins and stuff, so I think you probably want more here just because it's kind of the main deal. I probably would have added a bit more there. Like this curve has some nice geo, but here I think you need a bit more. It even looks like this piece kind of has more geo than this piece. Maybe a bit more here on the trigger guard. This grenade is pretty cool. I like this. I like this design. Pretty. It almost reminds you of something that you'd like launch it and it would like take pictures of while it's flying, you know, some sort of recon thing. I like it. I like it a lot. So you got like a micro bevel there. I don't think that's really necessary. I think we have some poly density issues is kind of the main thing. Looks like near future sci-fi. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted you guys to go crazy with these things. We might see this silhouette in the render. We might and we might not, depending on what we see, but that's really dense right here and it's might need a bit more elsewhere. How many tries are we at? 25. We're at 25 on the dot. So yeah, man, you got good density here. Like I almost feel like this cylinder around right here has more density, has more segments going around than this entire piece here, which is kind of a no-no. We'd want to fix that. Nice and clean. I like it. Pretty good. Kind of the same thing here as the last submission. You can probably just collapse these inner edges here. That'll save you probably like a couple hundred tries, maybe not even. Maybe I don't know. I have to look at it. But yeah, I think we would have been too dense here. Pretty good. I got nothing else on the low poly. Let's take a look at the. As far as the grenade goes, I think you're just about good. If this was a real game, you know, you'd probably do even lower on a lot of this stuff because it would just get loaded in. You'd see it for like half a second in the animation, then it would get launched at the other player that you just pwned. You just noob tubed. So I don't think we see it from this angle a lot. So I think the density there is fine. Maybe just more around, but that's going to add a lot of tries. So I need to get a little creative on taking away areas and adding some more to areas. But Wonderman Army. Oh man, I remember that shit. Freaking one-man army. Oh man, that was so cheese. You could just one-man army, drop it, grenade launcher, doom doom, drop it, doom doom. You know, that was. What were they thinking? It was pretty fun though. Take a look at some UVW mappings. There's a tiny bit of empty space here, not too bad. Grenade, I think it's kind of impossible to avoid that. You're fine there. Devs were beta balancing. I think the devs were just chads. They just enjoyed the vibe. I mean, I was too young back then, but I don't know if they did like an MW2 beta. I don't remember doing any of that stuff. I was still just like go to GameStop, look at cool covers on games, and just like, oh, this looks cool, I'll play it. Watch out for really long, skinny tries. I think we might see that in the low poly somewhere. Yeah, these aren't gonna bake well, I don't think. Maybe they did. Well, I guess if you have perfect shading here, you won't get that. I don't think we see him, but oh man, I can't wait to get to the textures on this one. All right. Yeah, just be careful with really long, skinny tries. Where was I? Like this, kind of a no-no on, especially on a round surface like that. Bit tricky. Bakes will come out unclean. No public beta. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They just kind of did their internal playtesting and then just this is balanced. Send it. Looks pretty good for this part here. I would have straightened that because I think that's the tip of the barrel. Probably would have straightened that so it gets a bit of a cleaner bake. Since we're baking at 2K total, you're going to see some aliasing on that. Marking there. You could probably try straightening some of these out. Not a huge deal. I can see why they'd be left like that. Pretty good. I got nothing else. Good EVs. Just some tiny empty space, but looks good to me. Looks good. Little poly, solid stuff. Let's look at the model. Let's look at this model here. Okay, let's go back to front here. Almost looks like this should be a little bit bigger. Yeah, it kind of looks like this should be a tiny bit bigger. Screw should be up a tiny bit. This kind of, well, actually maybe. Ignore me. Looks like we should have a chamfer here. So you got this detail in there. Wait, what is this? Oh, I see what you got there. Nice, nice. Let's look at the grip. Cool stuff, good stuff. Ooh, these are nice textures, dude. I like it. I like it a lot. Love the where you did here. Maybe lose some of this like residue stuff. It's a little too perfect, I think. It's almost like as if the sticker exists in like two layers, but then over here it got like perfectly chipped, and over here it got like subtly worn out. It's kind of hard to explain, but I don't really think. Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Don't gotta sneeze. I think maybe this curve right here is a bit too perfect. I'd like to see it kind of like smudge and blend in a little bit, maybe break it up a little bit. Interesting that you got some like radial scratches there. That's pretty cool. Pretty exciting. Kind of the same thing. Maybe some more oils like this instead of just. I do like these finger oils. They're nice and smudged. They're not like perfect fingers, you know. Oh, this material right here. Ooh. You really looked at the reference with this one. I like it. Oh, sorry. We're not even looking at textures right now. Hold on. I think we made a little bit of a mistake here. This piece should be a little bit thicker, I think. There. There should be a tiny curve here, I think. Teensy curve right there. Internal, the part looks good. I'm not really seeing that internal. I'm not really seeing this internal divot here. It almost looks like it goes like into a point here. I could be wrong on that. I don't have a very good reference of that. But, you know, maybe just double check it. Yeah, this is really well done. It's good there. Looks good. To break up these two, you could do maybe like a lighter gray on here. So I think there's supposed to be some sort of a screw in here. I see you baked this in, so probably would have looked cooler to go make it like a little actual hole in there, but that would add quite a bit of tries, so. Okay, pretty cool. Kind of the same thing. These would look better if they were modeled in, but you're already at a pretty good try level on the try count, so. The grip looks pretty good. You got a nice seam there. That's good. Good stuff. Take a look at the other side. It almost feels like this piece should be more subtle. Little bump here. It almost feels like it should be like a bit more subtle, like that kind of a, and just kind of a larger fillets on it a little bit. For a piece that's plastic, I'd like to see it like chamfered here, a little softer. Right now it's a little hard edged right there. Looks good, looks good. There's something wrong with this gap here. This should be, so we're looking at here. Take a look at how this swoops in and then goes down to here. It's almost like it should go, this needs to come down more, then swoop down, kind of down to here. I think there's a little bit of an error there. Let's erase that. Control D. There we go. Really nice job looking at these references on these textures. Screws look good. Screws look good. I think maybe they're too big. The screws are a bit too big, I think. Let's look at the barrel. Good stuff. Good stuff. Get the hole there. It looks cool. This pin looks like it's a solid pin there. Nice oil leak there. That's cool. It almost looks like this should come down a tiny bit more right here. Maybe not. Also check this angle right here. Yeah, little tiny fillet right here. Looks a little too boxy anyways. I would have probably done it anyways. All right. Nice job. Nice job on this. I think the trigger's supposed to be a bit more rounded at the end. Other than that, looks pretty good. I think the proportions of these bolts are off. These are too big compared to the pull things going in between them. All right. I think that's all I got. Let's move on to the textures. So this one is pretty sweet. I really like what you got here. Oh, you modeled in the threading there too, or whatever's going on in there. It looks super cool. Nice seam there. It looks like you really looked at the reference. That's good. I really love you got the separation of these two. Nice, dude. I think next time I would have made the high poly for this a bit softer, just to help it read different than the metals. I'd probably even exaggerate it a bit more. Not sure how realistic some edge wear is here, but pretty cool. I'd probably like toss some of this radial stuff. I do like the oils around it. These are nice broken up oils. Pretty cool, man. I think maybe the dust in here is glowing a little bit too much. All freaking quacked quality. All quacked. I think you got a dirt generator going on. Probably toss that. Maybe smudge up the fingerprint a bit more. So here we got a little too low res for these details. Maybe overly sharpened. I'm not sure what happened here, but just they're not looking too hot. I'd probably maybe to bump up the res on those. Where's the rail grip? From they have pretty decent res, but might need to go even higher on them and get really aggressive on scaling down some of these inner areas, like the inner barrel and stuff. You can really scale some of those down. This material is pretty cool. I like it. I love that texture. That's so cool. Maybe a bit too linear with some of these details, and then same thing with the dust. It's kind of glowing a bit too much, I think. But the surface variation here is pretty sweet. Yeah, this is really cool, dude. Nice job. Like, this stuff looks pretty cool. Maybe a bit too flat in this lighting. Maybe some stronger oils are needed. Like if you had some of this down here, or down here maybe, like here, that'd be great. And then maybe some edge. A lot of M203s, they have a lot of these scratches going on here. I'd add some of that too. I think probably one of my favorite areas is this barrel. I really like the scratches and all the stuff you got going on here. Pretty good stuff, dude. Oh, what's going on? Actually, so one thing we can see is you can see the banding of your normal map here. And that's because I don't think you have enough res going all the way around this thing. Yeah, there we go. We can see the banding and the silhouette there. So keep that in mind for next time. I think overall it feels a bit, maybe a bit too glossy in some areas. Like this should be maybe a little bit more matte. Then also some more brushing would also be cool. I know they're not in the reference, but those things are just, those are game art stuff that we do. That's just game art stuff. So like some of that from Alexandra had the radial brushing here. That's a really cool detail. Could have added some of that here. See, you got a little bit, maybe a little bit here. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think you could use some more brushing. One thing I will say is the polymer feels a bit, it's kind of a bit boring. You got these really high, bright specks kind of sticking out. And then also in a section like this, I'd remove some of the grain from it so that it doesn't all read the same. Also 007, nice job. Same here, it kind of looks like you have some of the grain stuck onto it. I think overall there's some oils and stuff here that we're kind of missing. I think you have a cavity generator, dirt generator going on here. Overall, just it feels kind of flat. I think you could have pushed it a bit more, adding some chipping stuff, some more dirt to it. Overall, it kind of stands out compared to everything else a little too much. I do like how you separated these two materials out instead of just slapping this one on here, which would have been really easy to do, but I like how you differentiated those two. Looks like up here we should have more of a copper looking brown or orangish thing going on. Also, I think these screws need a thicker border around them. So I don't think this is quite right. I don't think there's like a lip here. I think it needs to just go like this and with no lip there. But I really like the variation here is like legendary. This stuff is great. Maybe I think you sharpen filtered a bit much, or it's noise from the render, but if you zoom out like from this distance, this is like legendary right here. This is good stuff. I mean, I think I would have liked to see some of these details get carried onto here. It gets a little barren in some areas. I think some areas were detailed a bit more than others, I think. I think that's my general consensus on this one. The grip looks cool. You can maybe scale up some of these tiny details and then add some more dirt and stuff, I'd say. I like the sticker. I see your fingerprints on it. I would probably just toss the fingerprints. Yeah. Also, with your UVs, I think you kind of rotated these. Yeah, so if you know you're gonna have text on something, try to keep the UV as straight as possible, probably, because that'll help you get you don't get too many pixels and stuff. LMT logo looks good. I don't got much else. I think this one's probably, yeah, like a Indian chat said, this is probably my favorite one so far. Nice job. Yeah, you got creative with the grenade. Put some cameras in here. That'd be really cool if you put some cameras in here instead of maybe these like pop out and like stick out or do something. But I really like this shape mixed with the circle. This is cool. I really like this grenade. Definitely the most creative grenade I think so far. Really nice stuff. Really good stuff. Oh, this render is really good. I really love this. One thing I will say for the maybe the what's this called? I'm blanking. What's this called? Oh my gosh, I can't. Why can't I think of this? The rim light. Rim light, yeah, thank you. Rim light. I don't. I'd say the rim light. Yeah, not the grip. The rim light. Don't let it bleed over as much. Have it just sort of. See if I can change my color to white here. Man. Just have it do this. Like right here is good. When it bleeds over too much, it looks kind of. It makes it look kind of fake, I think. So. Just have it be a nice white line going across. Maybe some areas will bleed over, but not too much. I don't like going too hard on the bleed over. But man, these are cool. Where'd you get these hands? These are cool hands. Sweet. Yeah, just the res here needs to be a bit more. Really? You're gonna make me hit apply? Come on. It's dumb. But this lighting, I really like this lighting. Man, I don't know which one's my favorite. I really like the dirt you got going on here. Kind of the same thing. I just add a little chamfer here, help make it not feel like a knife sticking out, you know. Dust is kind of glowing a little bit. I think I called that out, but I don't know which one's my favorite. This one reminds me of 2019, Modern Warfare 2019's Gunsmith. This is really nice lighting. I think my favorite's got to be these two. These ones are super nice. I love these. Good stuff. Oh, let's go green. Let's be consistent here. Cha-ching. Good stuff. All right, we got 3 more. From Akum. Let's take a look. Take a look at the low poly. Probably gonna need more going there. I don't like that you collapsed these here. We're probably gonna, we might see it from this angle, so might not be ideal. Probably could have lost some of this geo here though. Some of these edges, probably could have collapsed some of these here. You got a nice density here. That's good stuff. This is an interesting matte cap color. I don't think everyone's ever submitted a color like this. The low poly looks a little unclean. It looks like the arch, the topology kind of like curves up like this. I'd rather just see it like straight. You know? I want to ask, are you a texture artist or a modeler? I am both. I am both. Hard surface artist is my game. Not really seeing any like major issues. But texturing is probably my favorite. Probably needs a bit more here. But why don't I model on stream? I make a lot of mistakes when I model. I go back and forth a lot. I don't really there's way too much backseating when we're doing modeling. It's just like it's so much I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Like there's already enough backseating when I'm texturing. There's the backseating when I model is just unbelievable. Whoa, this render is wild. Yeah, I think I modeled like once or twice on stream, but I'd collapse a lot of this geo here. You don't need some of that. Yeah, no, it gets a little wild. You've got a lot of geo on like the grenade here, but I'd put it more here. You need some more geo there. Also, take a look at this bolt here. Very dense compared to something of a similar size. I would probably just we need to look at poly density and probably, well, not probably, we need to match the density a little bit. Remember the VODs? I took them down. I did not didn't want to have those uploaded anymore. No real reason. Just want some things to be kind of exclusive, you know. I'm not a content creator. Just a guy. Probably collapse some of this geo in here. I'd love to see you model on stream someday. Maybe one day. Yeah, we definitely need more geo on the trigger guard, safety, all those areas. So pretty good. I think we just need to look at our, kind of need to get a little closer with it and see where our density is and how our density lines up with other parts of the model, because I think we're going to see a lot of this stuff in the renders. Like, let's take a look at the right side here. Yeah, I can unfortunately kind of see that pretty harsh. Plus 500 social credit there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at the UVs. I don't know if this is the full sheet, but you've got these big borders going on here. You got a lot of empty space here. I wish the renders were better, like the textures. We'll take a look. We'll take a look, see what's going on. Yeah, same here. A lot of empty space. Other than that, all looks pretty good. Looks pretty straight. Looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Nice job. Just watch out for a lot of this empty space. I don't even know why I bother. So good stuff. And this is crazy. It's like an X-rayed. Not sure if I would have made this like an X-ray thing, but you got the whole thing going on there. That's pretty interesting. Maybe next time some more variety in angles. We got this side, this side, this side, and then like the front and then the side again, you know. We don't have any angles of the rail, the top rail, so we can't really judge those. I hope you can't hear that, but it's fucking screaming. Anyways, I didn't see this line in any of the references. I'm not sure if that's accurate. Take a look at the grenade. The grenade's cool, but I'm not really liking this. It doesn't really feel like a modern military grenade. It doesn't. Oh, Indy, is this you? I don't. But anyways, as I was saying, it doesn't really feel like a modern military grenade. Oh, sorry. I thought you were like. Okay, never mind. Um. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just not really liking the shape. I don't really like it. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not really sure what it's doing. You know, like what is. Yeah, not really a fan. It almost feels like this detaches from this. Like this part detaches from this. But I can't really put my finger on it why I don't really like it, but I also don't really like this like dot texture. I'm not really sure what that's trying to communicate. Like it almost feels like a grip. Like a knurling grip here. We got some falls. Hetfield Fix and Chuckle Zena. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, let's look at the model overall real quick. I think we have some proportion errors up here. I think this needs to come down. This part may be a bit too thick. This looks good. Grip looks good. I like that you rounded out the silhouette there. Nice. I think we got an issue here. This should not end like this. I think it's supposed to be like this. Then it curves around like this. And it actually supposed to look like it comes in here. Cuts in here. This is not correct. You know, while you're beveling this, bevel this too. Neat. The pins there, cool. Pins might even need to be a tiny bit bigger. I feel like, and then these ones look like they might need to be a tiny bit smaller. Nah, I think you're fine. This looks good. It looks like these are flat tops here. They're supposed to be fully rounded here. So these need to come out more and go to a rounded point like that. Liking the plastic. I'm liking the plastic. Maybe more of a fillet there. This is cool. And this is I like that. This is an interesting detail. We are missing a pin here. Take a look at the other side. Same thing here. Missing the pin there. It almost feels like this piece should be a tiny bit longer out here. Yeah, look how far it comes. It should be like right about. Could be just the angle, but it looks like it should come out about here. All right. Screws look good. Look good. A bit too blobby and soft in the high poly, I think there. Plus 500 social credit. Same thing here. They should be rounded. All right. I think that's all I got for the model. Looks nice. Good work. I think we're missing total black right there, but I think we're missing some sort of a pin here, which I haven't seen that one before, so we might be missing that on other submissions as well, but same thing here. Just do a little chamfer here so we're not too sharp. Don't think anyone got that. Don't think anyone got that. Yeah. All right, let's look at the textures. Our favorite part. This is a really cool stand. I wonder if you designed this stand. I've never seen one like that. Really cool. That's a pretty interesting one. If I, well, it might look cool to move this down here and then have maybe some larger. Yeah, it might be cool to move this down here a little bit. I think that would break up the evenness all around this thing, and it would give you some more dynamic shape here. Another cool. Pretty abstract stand. Yeah, it's pretty abstract. It's pretty sweet. Nobody be making stands for these things. Also, I think it's glass. We can see through it. That's cool. Always love doing glass. I like the pattern you got on the grip. It's pretty different, so I do like that. That's pretty good. I like some of these details you added here too. These are cool. But I think we're just pretty off the mark here. There should be a little seam that goes around. Needs to be a little rounded. Where, yeah, this part here throws me off quite a bit. I think the grooves need to be a bit deeper. Maybe overall, probably a bit too much of these speckly stuff. I believe this is font right here is too thick. Probably a bit too much of this speckly stuff, and then maybe a bit too cloudy. But you balance it quite nicely with some of these like sharper oils, I think. Probably need more. Yeah, we're gonna need more geo here. Yeah, just I think too much noise. Almost like you put like a Perlin noise filter over everything. And I think we're missing some brushing, some of those like normal details that look cool. This shape here looks a little too perfect. I see you got some milling lines, but I think I would have liked to see more, like some stuff going on here. I do like the material separation you got here. I think this piece is like too reddish, brownish. Also, I can kind of see some sort of an edge generator going on. I'd probably toss that or dial it back significantly. Kind of the same thing here. I'd probably lose some of the grain so that we can kind of see this detail a bit more here. Same here. Not sure how realistic some of this wear is here. I noticed that you went kind of heavy-handed on it and pretty beat up, so kind of like that. I will say the sticker looks pretty pristine for having these like pretty harsh cuts on it. I'd like to see probably like more softer wear, revealing like the residue underneath and stuff like that. And maybe some, I'm not sure what these are, but I don't like these like metal damages, metal scratches. Probably just replace those with like oils or something. Excuse me. Same here. Then probably separate out the material of this bolt, and then probably there's a lot of dust kind of caked on in like really flat areas. Like here, I don't really like these brown scratches. Probably toss those. The dirt here is kind of cool. I don't like how it kind of like bleeds over the edge right there. It looks kind of fake. Looks like you took a projection stencil and stenciled it in right here, which is good, but you know, I'd like to see it maybe not bleed over that edge. I don't know. Then here, I think it's a bit too perfect shape. This is pretty cool. I don't think I have any references of that, but it looks pretty cool. I'd probably lose some of these like droplets here. But I mean, it's kind of like why. Like, think of why we did this. And then maybe implement this somewhere else. Like, maybe lose the sticker here and paint like some solid shape there. Because otherwise, I'm kind of just confused on why it's there. But it adds like a nice level of like humanization to it, which is what we like. That's good stuff. I don't think we'd see a scratch here. I'd probably just move that to like here. There's like a nice little scratch right there. And then that looks pretty good. I do like these textures. I like them. They're pretty good. Like I like the surface is pretty interesting to look at. I think maybe it just needs a bit more focus on some of what some of these little details are. Also more material separation from here to here. It looks like the same material. Same with here and here. Yeah, all these black materials kind of feel the same. However, you got nice separation from here to here, which is good. Almost like this it almost feels like this attachment was like bought separately or like used separately than the grenade launcher, which is really cool. I like that. That renders sweet. Not really liking some of this like white diffuse stuff. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Some of this dirt looks pretty good. A little too bright though. I do kind of like the paint to like errors there. That's kind of cool. Like it. I like it. I think that's supposed to be like metal. That could be kind of cool, although I don't know what would scratch it there realistically. And then I don't like these lines. I don't like these lines. Same here. I don't know what these lines are. Then probably just there's definitely some sort of edge generator going on here. Okay. The grenade looks pretty cool. This material looks pretty well defined, but then I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. What this orange part is. It supposed to be like kind of an anodized? Doesn't really feel like a whole metal. Might be PBR. Might not be PBR correct or something. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the textures from like. Actually, the orange ring is okay. From like here up, I'm not really a fan of those textures. But alright, I'm gonna move on. That's pretty good stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. Bigger check. There you go. Take a look at Kosh. Alright, let's check the low poly. We can see you're segmenting here. You collapse these too soon. I would have carried these over to here. Good density. Good stuff. Nice, nice, nice. Probably gonna need more density here. I don't have an issue with these being very dense because it looks like you got the surrounding details to be just as dense, which is nice. Probably want more geo here. Pretty solid, nice one. If you've got this much geo going around, you might need more going this way too. You know? Like a segment here, here, and here would probably benefit you. hands were feeling it. All right. Double check the flow here. I'd make sure that these are all even. I don't think the curve gets sharper up here. I think it should be kind of even. The even flow. I like that you got these, paid attention to some of these internal details. That's cool. Probably gonna need more geo there. Take a look at these two pieces. They're pretty similar in size, but this one is less dense than this one for some reason. Other than that, pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I would check the flow here too. I'm not sure why this edge is like all the way over here compared to this and this, but who cares? If it works, maybe it works better, but you probably collapse some of these internal edges as well. Hold on, I need to double check something. Okay. Here's some clean low poly line renders. Yeah, these are clean. These are nice. Interesting grenade design, although these curves are much too dense. Oh, this is cool. Nice. I like that. Yellow smoke. Nice. This is cool. What I would do is I'd put fake AO in here and make these the smoke emitters. Like where the smoke comes out of. That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe this pops off or something, you know. Pretty cool. I like this grenade. I like this material too. It's nice and clean. All right, let's look at the UVs. Looks good. Looks good. Bit of space up here, but not too bad. Yeah, looks good. Nice job. Cha-ching. All right, let's look at the text. There's the model. Real quick. Wrong side. Looks like this should be more of a copper. I think this bolt is slightly too big. Nice. Looks good. This looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Don't see it in the reference, but it looks cool. I'll probably have added that sticker there. That would have looked cool. Nice job there. Nice job on these. Stuff. Cool stuff. Yeah, I really feel like we're missing some sort of a pin here, but not too sure. Cool. Looks good. Looks good. Got the pin there. You got this, and that. Nice. Take a look at the other side real quick. Cool. Cool. Looks like we should have a bit of a less of a gap here. It also comes to a point right here. It looks like we should have some sort of a little more of a curve here. All right. I think that's about all I got. We got the angle there good. This piece feels a little too thin. No, it is this hole be about right there. Don't forget to rotate your bolts. Rotate them just a little bit. All right, let's look at the textures. Actually, I don't think this trigger is quite right. If it, like, it's really rounded. I feel like it should be a bit sharper, and then it should come out here and then kind of round out a bit. There's a little inaccuracy there. I like this stuff. I think it's too strong. I think like this looks like it's almost like took like a I don't know, a stick or something, just carved it out, you know, as opposed to a machine brushing doing it. Looks a bit too strong. Cool scratches. I wish these were a little sharper. You've got some sort of a thing going on. Like it ends like perfectly right here. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Also, this material, if I zoom in on it, kind of looks like kind of reads a little bit like carpet or something. I think I'd like to see like less noise. Maybe change the brushing direction to go that way. Maybe. I can kind of see in the river. Which point? Sorry, I missed that comment. Which point are you talking about? The end of barrel thing. Yeah, let's take a look. No, I don't. I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe here. Maybe. I think it's supposed to be a. Oh, here it is. Oh, there's a little something there. Well, either way, I don't really like the way it's done. Like the brushing just stops there. I don't really think that would happen. I think it should be like some sort of a gloss break in the line, like a line here or something. Overall, I think you have too much grain and a bit, maybe a bit too matte. Yeah, something about this just kind of doesn't read right. And then compared to the super glossy plastic next to it, with pretty low res kind of Perlin noise. Warning from Tokyo. What's up, dude? How's Tokyo doing these days? I want to go to Tokyo. The grain should be finer. The grain should definitely be finer. This reads like kind of default Perlin noise. Maybe some oils here, some fingerprints. You can see that kind of stuff going on there. Also take a look at some of these oils. This kind of applies to all of them, but all these oils and these highlighted areas here. You know, cool stuff to add. There's also some cool dirts and stuff here we could have added. I do like the brushing here. I think it's a bit too much. Like if you had gotten it down to this scale, would have been, I think, a bit nicer because it looks really cool here. Good stuff there. I can see you got some sort of a generator. Yeah, he went to Tokyo, dude. That's pretty cool. I gotta get out there someday. For sure. I gotta leave this country. The text is just too dark, I think. It's either too matte or you went like way too glossy, but I think you went too matte with it. It's also kind of placed wrong. Look at I think your pins are placed wrong. Voice correct. I think this one should be about right there. This should be, then go right about there. Yeah, kind of look at where the text is in relation to the pin. Minus 1000. Nah. I like this rubberized grip pattern that you got. It feels almost too like basic. Like we don't have any noise going on. It feels like a height with some Perlin noise and a levels to kind of flatten it out and clamp it. I think maybe some more like finer noise to it would be better. It's also missing a lot of kind of some dirt. And, I do like that you smoothed it out here. That's cool. Cool detail. Yeah, I think if you had maybe done like milling here instead of right here, would have been cooler, I think. Overall, I think we're kind of missing like some sharp edge nicks, some sharp little scratches that really stand out. I feel like we're kind of missing those a little bit. Then maybe a bit too much height noise going on, normal noise. These pieces read kind of smoother. Maybe hold some of the noise and the gloss a bit more. And then, yeah, some of the wear feels a little brushy. A little brushy. I think you should sharpen it up a bit. And then overall, I think we're missing the oils. And then I think this guy needs more love. So around this, fill it out. I think we need some more oils going on here. Maybe the lighting. Let's look at some other renders. I'm looking at one render for too much. Really low res here. Fingerprint's okay. That chamfer there. Okay, looks like you got this line here too, so maybe there's a reference or something I didn't see, but nice stuff there. That's cool. Always love to see that stuff. Yellow's a bit bright here in this particular render. I think the lighting on this one's a bit flat. Yeah, the surface just feels kind of boring. You've got like this one stenciled area of scratches, and then you've got kind of just some very basic soft oils, which you got some sharp stuff over here. I'd like to see you transfer some of that stuff over to here. That'd be cool. That would spice it up a bit. Leaking out of some of these pins and bolts and stuff. I think that's all I got. You modeled in that pin there, nice. Yep, that's all I got. I like the seam there, cool stuff. Good UVs, good low poly too. Thank you, Kosh. All right, let's look at off Vez here. Let's look at the low poly. Cool. Way too low on the trigger. Same with the safety and the trigger guard here. You've got some geo here. I don't think that's necessary. Take a look at the density from here to here. They're very different. Even though they should probably be about the same. Quite low here as well. The grenade is good, but you're probably going to need some more geo here. How many tries are we at? 24? Okay. So not bad. So not bad. You can collapse some of these edges here. They're just taking up tries. Like, I don't think we need to do this. We can move that over there. Also, I see you've got edges coming down from here. Pretty sure these can all just be collapsed and like merged together. Especially since we're baking this on a flat, I believe that's just a flat surface, right? Yeah, it's just a flat surface here, so we can just bake that down. It'll be fine. Don't really need that this clean stuff, the clean topology there. Yeah, even compared to this bolt right here, the trigger is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For most things in games, I wouldn't even use 7 cylinders. This needs to be bumped up to like probably around 16. Same here. Looks good. Looks like we have a pretty good density going around. The flow looks a little off, uneven. We're gonna probably need more here. Uneven flow here. I'd probably add a little chamfer, micro chamfer there. TJ Law 3D, thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. We're gonna need some more geo there. Then same here, you've got a nice silhouette here, but then this piece that also breaks the silhouette is very, very faceted. End guns wild. We got end guns? Oh, we got end guns. Yeah, yeah. I always gotta make sure to topologize these, or otherwise you want to leave. No, oh yeah, yeah. That's one thing I never check for is end guns, but yeah, you gotta make sure to topologize these. You want to leave nothing up to the game engine. Super long skinny tries here, not ideal. All right, let's take a look at the UVs. Yeah, these are pretty rough. These are pretty rough UVs. You know, I'm pretty sure you submitted something like this on the last challenge, so I don't really like that you didn't really improve on that. You've got these rings that are totally uneven spaced. You've got these, like, why couldn't you just take this and hit the straighten button? And then this is just majorly crammed here. Like, why? Like, you're already so close to just straightening it, you gotta just straighten it. So that's kind of disappointing. Got tons of empty space here. This just screams that you auto-packed this with auto rotate on, because you've got these shells that are just rotated every which way. Yeah, not a big fan of these UVs. Yeah, this is not good. This is unacceptable in a professional setting. It feels rushed. It feels rushed. It could be just the thick lines, but it looks like the padding is also razor thin, which is not good for a 2K. You're gonna see some bleeding there. Yeah, you got tons of empty space. These aren't that great. These need a lot of work. They need a little more man-made finesse going on there. Let's look at the model real quick. The onion ring UVs. Yeah, yeah. That's one way to put it. Never thought of it like that. Alright, looks like we need to come to a point here. There's also a lip here. These are not flush together. There's a tiny little lip there. This is not correct either. This is not correct. Need more geo there. Something about this isn't right. There's too thin here, too thick here. This shouldn't be here. These are not parallel. It should be. This doesn't end right. This screw is much too small. Ooh, there's, okay. These bolts need to be rotated, plus this is not looking too hot. We'll talk about that later. This gap is too thick. I don't think this, looking at here, this gap is much too thick. This bolt here, this side of the model is not correct. Yeah, this is not correct here. Best textures though, for real. No, I don't. No, I don't. Strongly disagree. We'll get to that later. Why I don't really like this, but This thing's got a lot of inaccuracies. This bolt needs to have a nice chamfer here. The grip doesn't end properly here. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, we gotta rotate these bolts. Rotate those bolts. This is not correct here. So there's a giant edge generator here. That's not good. There needs to be fillets here. Too wide across here. Sorry, my eyes are. It's about that time of the night where my eyes start drying up from my contacts. Missing a pin here. Maybe it's the lighting, but I can't see this lip here. Look at the other side. I can already see some inaccuracies here. These are way too fat. They're way too fat. This bolt needs to be rotated, plus it's pretty off from the reference. It ends right here compared to here. It needs to come around here, end right there. This screw needs to be I believe that's a Phillips head screw in there. Looks like you had the pin on this side, but not the other side. See ya, Indy. Thanks for hopping in. This bevel here needs to be juicier. Yeah, we're seeing some weird stuff going on here. This needs to be brass. 3 more, please. There's a smiley face in here. All right. Things get busy. I can't always do many streams, but we've got quite a few inaccuracies. This pin going through here is not correct. This is not correct right here. Overall, not too happy with this one. We've got quite a lot of inaccuracies. This shouldn't be like this. It should be flush here, and the fillet needs to end here. Be connected kind of like that. Instead, you have it like this. Shouldn't be like that. Some parts are modeled pretty well. The grip is modeled pretty decent. Looks like you got this area right. Or Geo. It's also razor sharp here. Not sure what's going on there, but overall the model feels kind of rushed. We're not keeping an eye on some of these really important details. The LMT logo looks wrong. Ah, TWR logo. Plus 500 social credit. All right. Let's move on from that. Let's look at the textures. Actually, let's look at the grenade. Right. The grenade's cool, but it kind of just looks like a black, just kind of a regular grenade with a black dome. I think we could have gotten a little more creative there. Yeah, I think that's all I can really say. I think we could have done more there. All right, let's look at the textures. First of all, I think your renders are very overexposed here. So This one's okay. This one and this one are very overexposed. You've got this sort of like, it's a digital noise. I think I might make it a rule that people need to submit without digital noise next time, because this is too much. It's almost it's overpowering, and I don't know which part is your textures and which part is the render itself. This is cells from Substance Painter. I could tell that. The blue just feels very random. Not really sure where it's coming from. If there was like a blue Sharpie marking or something somewhere, I'd understand, but it doesn't really make sense here. It also feels like a bit too much. These specks are really bright. You've got areas of the model that are going total black, like down here. And then you've got almost this like brown rust going on. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be dirt or just grime, but it's not really working. Overall, it's just very noisy, I think, and I don't know if that's because of the render or if it's because of the actual noise on the model itself. Looks like we got some bad baking going on here. And I think a lot of that is because of your UVs. We're also missing the texture. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. It's like one of the most kind of important details. Not sure why we're missing that. That kind of leads me to believe that the whole thing feels kind of rushed. I think this is too glossy. It feels almost wet and oily and kind of gross to touch. We're missing that seam here. We're also missing this bump right here. Little bump right there for your thumb. And then these materials all feel the same right here, 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 and then here. They all feel the same. Also, I'm not a fan of this render. I don't like this thing going on in the background. And this is just the biggest no-no I think I've seen. We gotta stray away from edge generators. They're not being used anymore. At least in my work, you know, but these are just very quick and kind of lazy. Like we would never see edge wear like this, especially in here too. These oils are too strong. Too strong. I think you should have polished the plastic a bit more. It feels about as sharp as the metals. It doesn't feel quite right. Generators go burr. Yeah. Something's up with these hex bolts. I know what it is. They're not deep enough, plus bolts you can see in the render, or in the reference, they have a concave little shape to them. Good call, good call. So we're missing that. So, not ideal. I almost see this kind of like, I feel like this might be even be coming from some of your UVs. It's just very, very jagged. That might be low res UVs. Also, there needs to be a nice fat bevel on the trigger. Nope, just a sticker. Just a sticker. Yeah. Also, one thing I noticed is you've got this like bulge here. I'm not sure what that's all about. Yeah, you can kind of see the shading here, like bulges out. I don't know if you're trying to like bend the metal a bit, but it doesn't really. I don't know. There's much cooler areas you could have done it, and I don't think that was like the coolest area you could have done it. Plus, it's like almost too subtle to even see. The only reason I can see it is because it's right here. One thing I did see earlier was you've got this like knurling pattern almost, and I think that's because you applied two different directional milling, which is not ideal. That does not look very good, I think. So from this render here, pretty much every single material looks exactly the same. From this material to this material to this material up here to this material here. So material definition on this guy is kind of lacking quite a bit. What else can I say? What games do I play? Question. A lot of Counter-Strike, some Overwatch. X-Defiant's pretty fun. X-Defiant's pretty fun. I think I'm gonna play the new Call of Duty 2 when it comes out. Wasn't really a fan of Modern Warfare 3, but I think Black Ops 6 looks pretty cool from the trailers. Hashtag ad. This is almost like too jagged. This is like someone wrote this with like Parkinson's or something, you know. When you write something, it should just be smooth. And then I'm not really sure what these are. I'm not really liking these like white scuffs. I don't really know. Yeah, I'm just not really sure what they're supposed to be. And then I see. Are you trying to bend the metal here too? I think. Honestly, I don't play too many games these days. To answer your question, don't play too many games. Yeah, overall, it feels kind of rushed, this one. Like, the lighting here is decent, but we still get almost no material separation in any of this stuff. So, overall, it feels very rushed. I will say, though, the materials on here look pretty good. Pretty good. Same with this, like, silver part here. But I think I'm going to make a rule on the next challenge. We can't have any noise, any digital noise. And then all of this stuff looks very low res, and I don't really know what this wear is supposed to be here. It's like a leaking white spot, which I'm not really sure what liquid that leaks on a gun that's also white. Yeah, I'll let you guys have fun with that one. Yeah, I think we have a lot of work to do on this one. Whoa, I just like spit there. But all right, I think we're ready for the judging. I think two stood out to me the most. This one was pretty good. Okay, it's been 2.5 hours. Alexander's was pretty good. It had nice like color separation, but a little too much, I think. Then kind of just a little bit too flat on some of these areas. I think this one's pretty good. Damn, neighbors deciding to drag things across the floor. Really creative here. And this one had some really nice details and really gamified this thing, made it look very interesting and really cool. I think had some cool details there. This one was cool, just kind of the same thing. It was a little bit little dry in the texturing, I think. And then a very low res here, I think. And then off res needs I think this one needs a bit more work. Kind of overall. Got a good low poly. Well, we had some issues with the. I think we got two How do I draw? I think we got two ones that stand out the most. I think we got Nico. Is this gonna really? Good. We got Nico and was it Aqua? Aqua? Yes, it was Aqua. All right. I think we got first and second right here. Oh, I didn't do the money renders. Oh crap. Yeah, sorry. This is your money render. This one's good. I like this one right here. Kosh. These FPS ones are really nice. This crosshair is a little strange. It's like the same here, 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 whereas you'd want sort of like a big, medium, small kind of thing going on. But anyways. Ooh, this lighting's pretty nice. I like this lighting. I like this one. That's kind of nice. And then off Vez, I think I'm really a fan of that lighting. This one has a nice directional contrast. Excuse me. These ones are overexposed, I think, for a 3D model. This one's pretty moody. I think this one's your best one. Alright, is that everything? Oh, I missed Alexandra. Oh, can't forget that one. I think the lighting's a bit overexposed here. I like this one. I like this one. Damn, I missed everyone's renders, didn't I? Oh shit. Oh, I got that one. I got that one. Alright, there we go. There's your best renders. Alright. First place. And second place. Congratulations, Nico. I believe this is your first submission, dude. Really cool stuff. Maybe tone down the height stuff here a little bit, but love this render here. It's a bit low res, but you got creative right there with the grenade. Love it. Love it. Love. Love. Peace and love. Well, I think that's it. What do you guys think? Is this rigged? What do you guys think? I think it's pretty rigged. I'm just kidding. They did very good. Everyone did pretty good. Everyone had their strengths and had their weaknesses, I think. They look yummy. Yes, they do. Man, this oh man, it's almost worth it to go back and redo the UVs right here, scale it up, and then just re-import it, or just export at a higher resolution. I appreciate you following the rules of exporting at 2K, but you know, for your portfolio, just crank it. Who cares? But that'll do it. I gotta make some dinner. I am starving. It is currently 8:30. Wow. But thanks a lot, guys. Cohen will be in touch with you, Nico. And then Akum, I'll be in touch with you to get you either Steam gift card or one of my tutorials if you want that. But sneak peek about next challenge? No, next challenge will be a bit delayed because I am going on vacation. I am going fishing. So, a bit of a delay on that. But I still got to decide what we're doing there. No problem. No problem. I love how you got the hype train conductor emoji, or like emoji next to your name. That's funny. I like that. All right, guys. I gotta go make some food. I got a fat headache going on. But